Hi everybody, my name's Matt. Welcome back to the School Doggery YouTube channel. Welcome if this is your first time. Today we're going to be doing one of our reel reviews. Over on Instagram and TikTok we post reels of all the things that we get up to with Freddie and Baker. So please come and check us out over there. We are at School Doggery. The reel that we're going to be going through today is a double dogs dinner. I'll post the link down in the description below so that you can go and check it out here on YouTube. Over the last few weeks we were lucky enough to have Baker staying with us, an adorable 5-month-old Staffy puppy. We went through several different ways of doing food with the dogs while he was here, and this is one of them. This is where we give Baker his meal in a snuffle mat and Freddie sits, watches patiently and stays out the way and gives Baker some space. So let's get right in and go straight for the first thing that happens in the video. It doesn't seem like much, but they're both sat waiting calmly at a very flimsy piece of railing that we'd put up to stop them coming out into the corridor. You would not believe the amount of times that I've had people over to our house, they've looked at the things that we use as barriers and gone, that won't stop a Staffy, mate. Mine would get right through that, they jump right over that. You don't need your barrier to be able to physically stop them if you can mentally stop them. There are so many different places that you can put in boundary manners and they're so useful. The primary one that we have in our house is between the kitchen and the living room. We put down a strip of yellow and blue masking tape on the floor. Dogs can see yellow and blue, it's some of the colours that they can pick up, so they've got no excuse for not being able to see the line on the floor. Simply all you do is every time they get close to that line, just give them a just move back, no. And very quickly, they will get the idea. Baker stayed with us for 3 weeks. It took him 1 day to pick up the boundary line in between the kitchen and the living room. As long as you're consistent, as long as you stick to your line, you can get them to stop coming in anywhere that you want to. Freddie has gotten to the point that we can take the line up now when Baker leaves. He doesn't need it, he knows it's there, he knows he's not allowed into the kitchen. This shows that we can stop a dog with nothing more than a line on the floor. So if we could do it with a line on the floor, then we can very easily do it with a piece of flimsy railing that used to be a rabbit hutch. It doesn't just need to apply to rooms in the house, we also use it for threshold manners, for going out of the house, both the front and back door. I'm sure everybody's seen a dog running down the road at some point with somebody running after them going, stop, 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 stop. We wanted to avoid that if we could. And so by instilling boundary manners inside and boundary manners outside, we can open the door now, have them both sat nice and calmly, come out when they're allowed to, and it's just much safer all around. So the next thing that we're going to see Freddie do here is execute a place command. Place commands is simply giving your dog a word and then knowing where they need to go. These are dead simple to train and like everything just require a bit of patience and a bit of practice. If you can get your dog, take them on, lead them onto a place, so onto their bed for example, and when they step on the bed just say bed, good bed, or basket, good basket. Repeat that for several days in a row, your dog will start to pick up, hey, when they say basket, it means go here. When they say bed, it means go here. And it's really handy to be able to tell them, I need you to go to that spot just for a moment so that I can get something else done. The next little thing that I do here is while they're both sat calmly waiting for the next instructions, I go over and give them both just a little bit of praise. Something that people forget is that you don't just need to be telling your dogs what not to do all the time. You really need to spend as much time, if not more, rewarding them and telling them that's a good job when they're doing the right thing. If your dog is sat nice and calmly and just waiting, that can definitely get a little scruff behind the ear, a little scratch on the head, a little well done, just to let them know you're doing exactly what we want you to do and I'm so happy with you. And if we can make ourselves go out of the way to just let them know that they're doing well, especially when they're being calm, this builds up and teaches them that, hey, being calm is what they like. Being calm gets me praise, and what dog doesn't want praise? So now we can see Baker is sat in a nice sit and stay waiting for a break. Freddie's in his basket also waiting for a break. Sit, stay, break is one of the most used commands in our house because it can help in so many situations. Whether it's going out of doors, whether it's access to food, access to the garden, toys, anything. If you can tell them to just wait there for a second and you'll get it, and when I let you know, then you can go for it. It clears up a lot of confusion in their minds. They know that you'll tell them when it's good to go. We're going to do a full video on sit-stay breaks soon, both how to teach them and how many uses they have. So please, follow us on all our socials at School Doggery and make sure to check that out. Baker is using a snuffle mat here. Snuffle mats are a brilliant way of engaging their brain, of getting them to use their nose and sniff around for their food. If your dog is a quick eater, I will highly recommend you getting a snuffle mat. They slow them down and they give some brilliant mental enrichment. 5-10 minutes with a snuffle mat is so much more use to you than your dog just scooping all of their food up in 5 seconds and getting it all in one go. If you can make them take the time, the extra effort, it taxes their head. It tires them out in a different way to physical exercise. And mental exercise is just as important. So all the time that Baker is using his snuffle mat and getting all of his food, Freddie is in a lovely stay in his basket. He's just sat calmly, watching what's going on. He does want to come and get the food. If he had his way, he would be in the snuffle mat with Baker, getting out some of the kibble. But we want Baker to know that while he's eating, that's his time. Nobody is going to come and physically bother him during that time. The food is safe, the environment is safe, and Freddie won't bother him. Freddie knows full well that he's going to be getting his food later on. He has a different type of food. He just likes to be involved in everything that Baker does. So the final thing that we ask Baker to do here is a sit while he's eating. Talk to anybody who's got a dog and they will tell you that that is one of the biggest party tricks that you can get your dog to do. Being able to stop them eating without touching them halfway through a meal provides so many benefits for your dog. It not just reasserts your leadership with them, but it also helps to prevent resource guarding later on in life. Resource guarding is one of the main problems that people tend to find with their dogs because it's not something you tend to consider while you've got a puppy. People spend the puppy year kind of overjoyed with, I've got this amazing cute thing and it can do what it wants and you can do whatever you want and have everything and have this and it's great, have a brilliant life. But then when they're 4 years old, find that they snap at you when you try and take a toy away. They might be a lovely dog the rest of the time, but if you try and take a bone off them, they'll be, there'll be some kind of guarding behaviour in there. If you can set your puppy up properly from the very start, we can try and do what we can to work around this later in life. And one of the simplest ways of doing that is by simply reminding them that that's my food on the I know you're eating it right now, but that's my food. So if I want you to stop, I'm going to ask you to stop nicely, and as long as you sit and look up at me and look for me for help and leadership, you can go straight back to it again, not a problem. And there we go. That's everything that went into producing that TikTok. All of the bits of training that we used, all of the techniques that we practiced every single day with Freddie, and that we did practice every single day while we had Baker staying with us. We're going to be doing some more videos on some more in-depth parts of the training that's gone into this, for example the 6-day break. So for now I want to say please come and find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, subscribe to us here on YouTube, and we'll see you the next time.